Hello everyone, this is Zelx here, and today we are back with the new and improved loot sword with the new edition, Roger, Ruler of the Seas. This card single-handedly brought back loot from meme back into somewhat of a semi-meta state where everyone is playing it and it's really fun. So my list is really different from some of the other lists out there, and I'll give a quick explanation of why. So first things first, we have Lilara Luminous Cleric. You can pair her alongside Roger as to get a phase shield to stop opposing loot's OTKs as well as get some health back. Then we also have Katze to tutor Barbros, and so that Tony can tutor Roger more consistently. Unlike other lists, I only run 2 copies of Barbros since I feel like 2 copies is more than enough for you to close out games, and if you're going to have to use a 3rd copy, you're probably not winning the game from that point on. So of course, the reason why I'm not running any other commanders in the deck is so that we can get Roger as consistently as possible. Tony, when playing Tony, is basically a 60% chance of drawing Roger instead of Barbros. So you can, and then if you do get Barbros, well, you can hopefully you get Roger through some of the other draw cards in the deck, like Send in the Troops, or even worst case scenario, Illustrious Thieves Evolve effect, which draws you 2 cards. Other things you might want to know is that Stormrat is amazing post turn 5. I don't recommend using him on turn 3 or turn 4. Deep Sea Scout is amazing on post Roger as well to help discard any excess loot in your hand, to refill your hand with more important cards from your deck that could hopefully help you close out the game on turn 7. And if necessary, turn 8. Now, this is the QR code. I will also have the deck list down in the description down below. And if you're new to the channel, remember to leave a like, leave a subscribe, and without further ado, let's get right on to the gameplay. I am so happy loot is back. It's been forever, like ever since Orchis rotated, loot died, and my joy for pushing has also kind of died with it. But now that loot is actually kind of back, I'm so happy. I'm just so much happier now. I'm actually starting to push in ladder because I actually find it fun. Of course, I was hard mulliganing for Roger there, but I didn't get him. But this hand isn't the worst hand after all. We're up against Havencraft. Havencraft, they actually can try and shut us down. But okay, we actually top that Roger just easily, just a normal loot game because, well, loot is with us. We are that good at the game. Or if you didn't draw Roger, well, that's a skill issue on your part. Actually got a pretty amazing curve here. We are going second, so we can play Roger on 4 and Stormbright on 5. I need to find a play for turn 6. Probably if I can get another Stormbright, it'll be fine, nice. If I couldn't, then something else works. Actually, now that I think of it, Mikhail in hand isn't actually bad. Let's see who I draw first. Aggressive Advance. So here's the thing. I'm not gonna use aggressive advance since that's just rallies. I rather get more face damage in. That's better. I feel like that's better. Of course, maybe I could have discarded and played aggressive. No, I couldn't have draw anyways if I played discarded aggressive. No wait. No, I couldn't have drawn if I played aggressive. So of course I think I went for this play instead. Next turn we can go Roger. I don't actually have a 2-drop to play alongside Roger, which is a shame. But it's fine, we don't necessarily have to use the 2. In this case, we can actually we got Barbros already as well, which is huge. They are at 17. Even if they try healing now, we'll just keep them in check with Roger. This is going really well, considering that, well, these are the only commanders most important cards in my deck, and we just drew them all. See? Don't need to be scared, guys. There's no reason to be scared at all. We just be good at the game. Let's see. Heal here. Run in here. Oh shoot, I kind of misplayed there, but I think it's fine. We'll just use this Roger because I can. Just get the followers out on board. Pretty sure I can just play Gilded Blade there and instead, but you know, it's not a big issue. He's at 15, this heals him up to 17 if he has Verdidia in hand. 18? 18 is... Oh wait, does this restore 1? It only restores 1, so never mind, they're at 17 either ways. This isn't too bad. Okay, wait, we have Lu here. Why didn't I play Lu first? But you know what, it doesn't matter. Okay, this is gone. And we lose one of these followers. It's fine. This draws me my other Barbaros. So here's the thing here. We can go Stormwreck this turn or we can go Roger. I think I'm going to go Roger so I can use Tony to draw into my other Barbaros. I think it's better for me, definitely. In fact, these two Gilded Blades are amazing here. Like, amazing. So here's the thing. This thing is alive. I don't like that. But you know what? It's just a 3-3. We reached turn 7 earlier than them anyway, so I guess it's not something I need to worry about too much. If he heals too much here, maybe the most I'd be taking is 7. But he played John, Salvation's Magen, so this is a 5 attack instead, and maybe 6 at most if he fuses again, but we can clear that with Stormwreck and we'll just... Oh wait, no, actually he's going first. Oops. I made a slight mistake in calculation. Let's see. If I fuse 3, I can get a Dread Pirate's Flag. I can get a Dread Pirate's Flag. Let's see, 2, 5, 3 followers. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Getting the Dread Pirate's Flag out is actually pretty important right now. Go. Here again. Go here. And we just win next turn. It's that easy. That's not, I don't think there's much that Hugh Haven can do. Sure, they can join this turn, they can Verdidia, they can heal up to like 16, but how likely is that to kill save them? I don't think so, man. I don't see a lot of lines for them to win. First, they need to play at least 2 wards. So this and another ward. And 2, they need to get up to a very high health total, which I don't think they can either. So we just win. See, this isn't a ward, so they need the 2. And they didn't have it. It's that simple, guys. It's really, really that simple. No worry, no... It's just... there's nothing more to be said. We just win. Barbaros, play... Play it, play Dread Pirate's Flag. Oh no, you think I don't have enough? Psych, I have aggressive advance. But Battlefield awaits and we just finished the last 4 damage for lethal. It's that easy. Come on, you guys still have more faith. Unfortunately for me, I haven't actually had a game against another Swordcraft player. Actually no, I do have a game against other Swordcraft player, but I don't have Sword players, but I was always going first, so I definitely had an advantage in most matchups. But I really want to see if my deck can beat other people's Loot Sword if I go second, which is the true test. If you need a test if you can go second in order to see if your deck actually works. or functions well. Anyways, we already secured Lodger through Wayfaring Goblin. Wayfaring Goblin is pretty decent in this deck. She doesn't interfere with sending the troops, and she also draws a card if you play it on turn 1. If you draw her in later turns, she can act as a source of heal if you are willing to use an evil point. Or worst case, well, you can just discard her when you send in the troops. It's really not that bad. Kaze? It's fine. Next time we go Roger into Ruler, we'll draw either our last Roger or we draw Barbaros. Both of which is amazing for us. Guess we lose our followers, but that doesn't matter. That really doesn't matter. We drew Mikael, which sucks a little bit, but it also is irrelevant in the long run. We just need to get him down to 17 hit points and keep him there. We did get Barbaros. Now I'm considering whether I want her to be on my turn 6 instead of Stormwreck. Probably not. I'll probably be using Roger as my turn 6. So looking at the way he's playing, I doubt he has Masquerade Ghost in hand, neither does he has Ghastly Banishment. So also the thing about this is, right, this deck can actually fight against Ghost Shadow. Ironically enough, is even though I have perfect games against a Ghost Shadow once, I survived barely on 1 hit point and heal back up to 7, and then survive the next turn up because they don't have a second Ghastly Banishment. Right now, I'm thinking he's considering whether to trade into Roger. Well, I guess we got our answer. He's not, but he does have his goals, which he decided to send face instead of trading into my pony, which is slightly annoying, but I don't mind. This time we'll be getting our Roger's effect active. The reason, one of the main reasons why I really want to make sure that we can get Roger as consistently as possible is because he's really that good. He's amazing. He's an amazing card. Let's see, Mikael is more deadly. This forces a response. The games where you actually draw Roger versus the games where you don't draw Rogers is night and day. You just perform way better if you actually draw Roger. Okay, they decide to trade away our Roger, which, okay, screw you. But that doesn't matter because now this turn we'll play. I'm gonna go with Stormwreck. I want to start getting this active. Funnily enough, we can actually do this play. We can make the play this way since it's to maximize our mana usage, since, well, I don't have enough followers to ram the Cannoneers into anyways, and Barbaros will still be active at the end of the day since we have 2 of these guys on the field. They're at 12, they're well within our lethal range. It's not even funny. They're literally just within our lethal range. Okay. Corral Soul. So now we just need to get through 3 wards and then we just win the game. Okay. So here I'm considering whether we can take another route, because getting through 3 wards is actually very difficult. I'm changing my plans. This is the thing about loot. It's really fun because it's super flexible. It doesn't really matter. There's so many ways to actually win the game or close out the game. The most common way right now is Barbaros into Tidal into double black, which actually does 17 damage. But when your opponent is already so low, you don't really have to go for that option anymore. You can go for the other option that goes, other line that goes something like this. And of course, this needs Tidal Gunner in hand, which you must have. So Tidal into double Barbaros into triple flag for lethal. This does 14 damage. Through what? It's insane. It's just not that easy. Ghost Shadow down. Now, will I claim that this is the best list out there? Probably not. I see a lot of people running opulent strategies as well as other commanders in their deck like Monica, which, to be frank, I actually just straight up disagree with. I don't think you should be running them at all. I just don't see the benefits of running those cards. Actually, you can heal with opulent, but it also kind of just messes up my draw, my already inconsistent draw. So that's why I don't really like the idea of having opulent in the deck. Okay, we are off to a pretty bad start. We have too many Storm Racks in hand. Probably gonna lose us this game. We have almost no draw, but if I win, well, guess what? This shows that Loot, even at the worst performing level, it still is one of the better decks out there. So I get either 50-50 between Stormrat or Mikael. Well, both of these is good for me. Of course, I would be very happy if the Holy Lightning Bird hits Mikael, but if it doesn't, well, so be it. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Perfection. I couldn't ask for anything better. So here's the play next turn. We're gonna go Deep Sea Scout into Gilded into the Rush. That's the plan. Just gonna cycle through our deck, try to find our Roger. If we can find our Roger right now, it would be amazing. If we didn't. And this is exactly why we need to look for him. Mikael, not you. Well, guess what? We've been getting some set draws, but it's perfectly fine. If Deep Sea Scout can survive this, we can continue searching for Roger. If it doesn't, we'll be playing Storm Rack on 5 to, well, finish our loot quest. It's not like we need to have Roger, but having Roger just makes this deck significantly better. Significantly. In hindsight, maybe I should have full mulligan for Roger in the beginning instead of keeping Storm Rack. Storm Rack isn't essential, but Roger definitely is. He's probably thinking about how to kill off my Deep Sea Scout, because if he doesn't, he just royally fucked up. So yeah, come on, sacrifice something to my Deep Sea Scout so I can rush it down with Storm Rack. Ha! Skullfane? Divine Wolves? Very odd choice of cards, but I am really happy with that play, because that means I get extra draw off my guys, which I am really happy with. In fact, I'm not gonna go, and we got Roger. Getting it on turn 6 isn't the best, but it's still better than nothing. We can still go Roger on turn 6 into Deep Sea Scouts. It's not like it's the worst thing in the world. We are already way ahead of them, and since we are going first, we'll be able to finish them all before they can join. And they are threatened enough to actually use Diamond Master and Wingy combo already, which is amazing. Free loot? Don't mind if I do. Let me just check how many loot I've played. 3. Can I play 4 next turn? Probably not. But can I easily get there? Maybe. So here's another thing about this deck. I'm gonna play this first. Heal up. Now we play Lirala. Run this in. So this is the thing. I don't think we can actually kill the Wingy, so we are just gonna leave it there. But we are gonna burn 2 phase, and we'll try to look for another way to win next turn. So currently we are at 5 loot played. Don't think we can win next turn actually, but we can stall for another turn with the Roger Lirala combo. But just saying, if I do happen, I just saying theoretically, if I do top deck Barbaros, we just win. We just win. Is that as simple as that? It's not like a Eve or else, but it's just top deck Barbaros, man. probably wouldn't be that hard, am I right? And they chose not to pop our shield. They chose not to pop our shield because they felt danger. They're desperately trying to heal now. They're at a grand total of 17, which is fine. It's actually a pretty high health total. But the thing is, we don't really care, do we? So here for this turn, we're just gonna look. Okay, we actually drew Barbaros. This gets us. Actually, no, wait, this doesn't get us Barbaros. What the hell? I got light too, but anyways. We just need to play one more loot. So this goes here. We'll play Roger mainly because we don't actually need the loot cards anymore. But our goal here now is to actually just do as much damage to their face as possible. It's not actually about playing loot. We're just here to burn down their face. We'll finish them off next turn. Next turn, what we have available is Gilded Goblet on ourselves. Then we can play Tidal, and then just burn them face for lethal. It's really, really that simple. Unfortunately for us here, they seem to have Divine Wounds active, which means they actually kind of block their damage, but that also means they bot lock themselves, and then it just simply means we won the game. Because they're not stopping this. Especially not with all of these guys on board. It's just impossible. Like, loot is unstoppable.